Hey guys, welcome to Planting Alabama. This is going to be a short garden tour. It's already warming up out here, so I won't be long. I've got a lot of work to do, and so we'll get started. Brassicas on their way out. Got a little bit of insect damage on that cabbage, but it'll be coming out pretty soon. Zucchini here, starting to flower. Couple of those in here. Purple Hull pea plants in here as well. That's a radish plant I'm letting go to seed. This is bed number 1. In this bed, guys, we have our peppers and tomatoes. Some of the peppers are a little bit slower. The hot ones usually grow a little bit slower than your sweet and mild peppers. These are all peppers. I've got a couple of Purple Hull pea plants in here as well. For the most part, guys, these are doing good. You can see they're starting to flower. It's that flower back there. So they're looking pretty good here. I'll go around to the other side. Believe it or not, guys, I have actually trimmed these tomato plants back shortly after the last garden tour, but as you can see, they're growing back. Tomatoes on here. Guys, quick side note, if you're worried about your flowers being pollinated, tomatoes are self-pollinating, but you can just take the bush, give it a quick shake like that, and you're good. That's all I've done to these. Every morning I come out, give it a quick shake, you're good. Don't waste your time with this stuff about the getting a toothbrush and going on each one of the individual flowers like you might be a bee. Don't waste your time. It's too hot for that. It's summertime. You want to make sure you get your plants pollinated if you're worried about them, but they are self-pollinating. There's really no need for it. Just a slight breeze will do it. Okay, here, guys, looks like a jumbled mess. Trust me, it's not. Down here, volunteer potato plants. In my bricks, guys, I don't know if you can see it. In the bricks here, I plant some bean plants. They're starting to flower, starting to get some pods and stuff on them. Back here in the cups, those are stevia plants that I'll be getting potted up pretty soon. Here I've got a calamandan and a navel orange, and I bought a pear tree here also. It hadn't started blooming out yet, but it's coming. Got another pear tree that's doing excellent. It's grown a couple of feet since I've had it. In the pot, guys, you'll see I've got a I don't know if that's a Purple Hull or a bean plant, but either way, it's putting nitrogen in the soil. As I mentioned, this is a black cherry here I've got growing up the pole here. You can see along the bricks I've got the peas and beans growing. There's my sunflower right there, starting to come out. And it's pretty close to about 6 feet, just under. Over here I'll be taking cutting these back today as well. These are the collards, Moor's head collards. I'll be cutting these down, harvesting a lot of this, and hopefully, guys, I'll be able to get this bed spread out some. You guys are all too familiar with this bed. This is the squash plants. They're doing great. There's plenty of flowers growing in here on all of them. There's fruit in here that I'll be harvesting Here, guys, I planted beans and one melon plant in the center. But as you can see, there's a volunteer potato plant there, here, and there's one more in here somewhere, but I'll be in here pretty soon this afternoon getting some of these harvested. I'll be harvesting these as green beans. No, guys, we're not in the wilderness. This is actually my garden. I've got, let's see, yeah, maybe you can see it this way a little bit better. My corn, peas, beans, and remember I planted in my sweet potatoes. They're in here somewhere, and since they are root crop, I'm not gonna bother too much about them being tangled up in this. But anyway, guys, my peas are doing great. You can see they're starting to flower. Just a matter of time. I'll be getting peas out of here. Corn, I'm not so sure, but we'll let them grow and do what they're gonna do, guys. They're looking pretty good. Here, guys, in these cups, in this pot, these are all tomato plants that I propagated. Some of these you saw me do as a demonstration when I showed you, but they're all ready to go in the ground. And as soon as I get a spot for them, I will put them in the ground. Let's see, some already starting to flower. Some, I saw one in here right there. You can see that small tomato starting to grow right there where my thumb is. So these are most definitely time savers. If you haven't tried propagating your tomato plant, guys, do so. It saves you a ton of time. And as I said, along these bricks, all the way down. Now, guys, you can see from this point of view, the potatoes have fallen over. They're starting to yellow, brown. That's a good sign. It means we'll be harvesting out potatoes pretty soon. Onions, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take all of these out as well. Most, if not all of these, have fallen over. If you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, share it around, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you, and God bless you.